We were just admiring the art direction.
Oh, I love him.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, well, welcome back to Mackenzie's first time watching Twin Peaks. We are getting near the end of the first season.
We are?
Because the first season was not very many episodes. So we're getting close to the end of the first season. And the second season is much longer.
Okay, cool.
But I don't want to tell you any numbers, so I'll let you figure it out as you go along.
Yeah.
So last time we were talking about the episode Cooper's Dreams.
Cooper's Dreams.
And we're going to be spending most of our time talking about Realization Time. This episode called Realization Time.
But we forgot about
somebody. So go ahead and take it away.
Okay.
Lead us into the discussion.
So first of all, my initial thought after watching episode 6 or 5, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
The dream one. Joe's gonna die. Joe's gonna get McMurdered.
Okay, so you think Josie will be McMurdered?
Yeah, by the end of this season, I think she's gonna be McMurdered.
Okay.
Which sucks, but I think it might happen.
And she has been saying since like the first episode that she's felt like she's in danger. So do you think that what does she fear, and what do you think is going to happen to her?
Okay, so I think there's two possible outcomes. I think she either gets McMurdered by the lady who's trying to take the sawmill and make the magical woods.
All right. Catherine's going to do something, do her in.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then plot twist, what if she's a double agent, so to speak?
Okay.
So she's like, oh, I'm so sweet and innocent. And whatever the sheriff's name is, he's a president name.
Harry Truman.
Truman. What if he's like, oh yeah, I love her, because in the second episode he's like, I love her, and then Agent Cooper's like, good enough for me. It's not good enough for me. That's my issue with Agent Cooper. He's like, yeah, good enough.
If you say that you're in love,
Cooper
is going to go out on a limb for you.
He's going to do it. You could be lying that you're in love.
But he's a sender.
He's a strong sender.
And he's very intuitive, so he seems to know.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about that. Do you think that has anyone that you've seen successfully lied to Agent Cooper? Has anybody you've seen trick Agent Cooper yet?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because I don't know
who to trust.
You don't know who.
I don't know what.
Okay.
Who's lying?
So
I don't know.
So we haven't necessarily seen evidence
that
of it.
Llama certainly didn't lie, but.
You think the llama lied? Oh, the llama spoke truth.
Yeah, the llama spoke truth.
All right. So what else did you want to talk about that's left over from the last episode?
We missed a big plot point. The episode ends with like bang, because Leo is shot somewhere. We didn't know where.
Leo gets shot.
He gets shot, or shot at.
Right. So the Cooper's Dream episode ends with him being shot, and the lamp is kind of swinging back and forth.
Very.
And we don't know if he's alive or dead. Yeah. But then this episode, we find out that he is.
And he got shot in the arm. I think it's the left arm.
Oh. It all comes back to the left.
It's all coming back to the left. Yep.
It's hard to. Is it the left?
On that one.
Oh yeah. So he's firing with his right. Yeah.
Yep.
So again, we've got a left
arm.
A sinister event is happening.
Yeah.
So Leo's still alive, and he's getting ready to exact some revenge. So what's in your notes for this episode? This episode, known as Realization
side
Time.
Note, the moon is whack. The moon's whack.
Mackenzie has been paying a lot more attention to the phases of the moon than I ever thought of possible. So
I like the moon.
And I haven't gone back and watched the episodes, but you've been paying attention to the moon. So tell us what we see in the different episodes.
Okay, so in last episode, the dream important episode, the moon, basically full moon.
Okay.
And it's orange. It's like harvest moon, orange, full. In this episode, at the beginning of this episode, we see half of a moon, and it hasn't been 12 hours yet.
All right. So
the moon's whack.
So do you think that means something, or do you think that it's
just an lazy editing?
Is it an editing error? Should we interpret something out of
I'm
it?
gonna interpret it, but I just like.
Okay, so how do you interpret it?
Something's not right here.
That's
Spirits are off.
something's not right here.
Yeah.
So Dale in this episode talks
Yes.
Audrey down.
Yeah, she tries to
says,
sleep.
Put your clothes on. Let's go downstairs. We'll have some French
We're
fries.
gonna have a shake, malt shakes.
And
which I'd love
the big
shake.
thing about this episode, in my not so humble opinion, is that Waldo.
Oh my God, the bird!
Waldo gets murdered.
Waldo gets murdered, and I was so sad too.
Do you see who kills Waldo?
I assume it's Leo.
Okay.
Because we see Leo with a gun fleeing the scene. So it would be
All right.
very odd if it wasn't Leo.
So,
oh my God, Andy. Wait, Andy's not accounted for.
There's Andy.
Yeah. Look at all those post-it notes.
So
Guilty.
So Andy's maybe not accounted for?
Andy's not accounted for.
Okay.
I just realized it. But we see Leo with a gun.
So we see Leo
scene.
with a gun.
So we're supposed to assume that he killed the bird.
Okay. But it could
It's
be
a heck of a shot if he did.
Could be a switcheroo.
It could be a switch. It could be an old switcheroo.
That Leo was going to kill the bird, but then somebody beat into it.
And the bird knows Leo's name, so I'm assuming the bird has met Leo.
And so what do you recall comes out of the bird's mouth?
I wrote it down. Recorder? Laura, and then the first time you hear the bird talk, it goes Laura, and I wrote the bird. Laura, said the bird, for the last time after I wrote it, because I wrote.
You knew the bird was going to die.
No, I didn't. I wrote Laura, said the bird, and then the bird died, and I wrote
so then
for the last time. But the bird says, Laura, don't go in there. Don't go in there. Hurting me. Leo, no. And then he gets shot.
Okay. At least 3 people have slept with Laura, right?
Yes.
And so do you think, is Leo...
Leo is a possible one, but I feel that he is too set on marriage.
He's too set on marriage with Shelley?
Yeah, because
he wouldn't be interested in...
He might be interested in, but I think...
To me, he's not that much of a stand-up guy.
No, he's not. But my thing is, like, if he's so focused on her not cheating on him, maybe it's like a weird moral code that he has. You know, I'll murder, but I won't.
Gotcha.
I won't sleep with anyone.
You know, it's interesting though,
wife.
is because like there are times where Bobby seems like
he's a stand-up guy, and he's not.
Well, I mean, he talks about like, oh, I was seeing Laura. Like he's angry about Laura
like,
and James being together.
That's absolutely
even though he was with Shelley at the same time. So there's fidelity issues with these characters.
Oh, can we also talk? I forgot to mention it last episode, but in the last episode, those mad lads were eating donuts with gloves on.
Yes.
While they were going through a scene. I don't know. I take note anytime there's donuts. But they were going through. Oh, that's so sad.
Isn't that sad? It's blood on the jelly donuts and some feathers.
And they're always in twos, twins.
Oh yeah.
That's why I take note of donuts, because I think twos are important.
Twins. Yes.
But yeah, they're eating donuts in their gloves as they're going through a drug house. They're like, blood, great.
And they're getting
jelly
maple
donuts,
bars and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we haven't talked too much about Donna.
Mm-hmm.
So Donna and little crybaby James
they've
been hatching a plan.
Yes.
That they're gonna find out more about Dr. Jacoby
it's a very dangerous plan.
And his connections with Laura Palmer.
Yes.
And so
they make a fake Laura.
So they use cousin Maddie.
Yes.
To make a fake Laura. And do you have any notes about that?
I do. There's a couple notes. It's like, also, Leo has a police radio. That's weird. That's a little sus. Andy, I'm looking at you.
You think Leo's maybe connected with the police department because of that?
Maybe connected with Andy. I mean, anyone could have a police thing.
Yeah.
But in my mind,
lots of criminals want to like keep tabs on the police.
Yeah. But it seems like a small enough town. There's only three police officers. Doc likes naked secrets. I wrote that down. because he's a weirdo.
Oh,
They're
that's
talking
from the
about
tape
him from the
recording
tape.
of So
With Laura,
is
yeah.
saying, like,
Yeah.
you like the naked secrets, and it's creepy and yucky.
Yeah. Oh, this is the episode where Nadine sees Chet kill somebody. Not the last episode.
Not the last. This episode.
I was wrong. Yeah.
So she's watching the show, and this is where she's cheering Chet
Right.
on to get the bad guy.
Right. And then I know that they go out there, but I don't remember.
They go to
when.
here's one of my favorite Twin Peaks moments.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take off the banner so that you can see it. Every day, once a day, give yourself a present. Don't plan it. Don't wait for it. Just let it happen. It's great stuff.
Did Laura want to die? Was that her present?
Do you think Laura wanted to die?
I think
because Bobby says that.
Bobby says that, but is Bobby trustworthy? I don't know. But is Laura trustworthy? I don't know. That's where I'm at.
Who's the most trustworthy character on this show?
The bird. The dead bird.
The dead bird, Waldo is. Oh no! So now that Waldo's gone,
there's no compass.
You trust no one.
There's no compass here.
Well, here's some. Speaking of deception,
I know.
Look at
this
these
is
guys.
a secret.
Look at these guys.
He said he didn't have any secrets.
Well, maybe there's a difference between a lie and a secret, right? So I personally like this undercover adventure that they're on in One Eye Jacks, and also Audrey is going on her own adventure.
Yes.
With the cherry stem. Trick that she does.
It's so dumb. If you just had that footage silent, it would be the dumbest thing.
Because the music made it kind of
Yeah, because the music is like, oh, she tied it with her tongue. But like in reality, she's just sitting there watching a girl like move her mouth around and like stand.
I don't know that I can do that.
I can.
I think lots of people can.
Like it's not that hard.
I can't. So, but
it doesn't seem that sexy.
I'm going. If I ever go on another job interview,
tie it with your tongue,
what I'm going to do.
And then get a court
why
order.
do you want to be a professor at this university?
Oh, that's a good way to get arrested.
Oh well, here's your office.
Oh, also, I loved my one note about the scene was Crumple. When she crumples up the paper, and she's like, "Why do you want to work here?"
And who's that? Blackie, right?
Yeah.
When she does the his Big Amos still out there? Yep. Yeah. Big Amos is my dog. Crumple.
Crunch. We've all read the Scarlet Letter.
Yeah. So what other notes do you have?
Oh, I finally have the notes about the fake Laura scene.
Okay.
Where they make fake Laura. And my notes are so dumb. Fake Laura. I think this is Death Wish.
Because Donna and James leave her by the payphone.
Yeah, and then there's 3 people watching her.
Yeah, there's
legitimately
Bobby's watching.
Bobby's watching. We don't know the third.
Somebody's watching
Doc's
Bobby.
Watching.
The doc comes out there. And somebody's probably watching. The cameraman is watching whoever's. No.
Yeah, but I assume. Yeah,
Or it's the cameraman's point of view.
I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot of watching this poor girl whose cousin's dead.
Do you have any guess? That's one of the things I like watching. I like about watching Twin Peaks is I've forgotten many of the things. So I don't know. I legitimately have no memory of who is watching Bobby.
Oh, it's.
Did they show it?
I thought that it was. I don't think that they show it. They just show like a figure.
Was it Hank? We haven't talked much about Hank, but Hank's been going around town like
Hank's gross. He
knocks down Leo.
Yeah.
And
before Leo gets shot.
And Leo seems kind of scared of him.
Yeah, he does. Well, Hank's a scary guy.
Yeah.
He's killed somebody allegedly. Well, actually, manslaughtered somebody.
Manslaughter. He's turned a corner. I think he's.
Yeah, he's got that.
You said when we first talked about Hank, you were kind of glad that he made parole.
Yeah, I was.
And how do you feel?
Honestly, I'm a little still glad. I think he could turn a corner. He doesn't seem to be the worst person in town.
Okay. Who is the worst person? Honest. So there's no one you trust. Mm-hmm. Who's the worst person in town?
Probably the doctor. The doctor.
Dr. Jacoby.
Dr. Jacoby.
He's worse than Leo.
least you know what you're getting with Leo. He's a drug dealer.
Gotcha.
Dr. Jacoby
So
seems to be a secret drug
He's supposed
dealer.
to be like
He's
a
supposed to be like,
reputable doctor.
I'm the
doctor.
person you're supposed to turn to. And instead it's like,
Okay.
I hate you.
So it's like, of course this guy's a scumbag.
Of course, watch
But
out.
this guy should be a good guy.
Yeah,
And
he should
and
be
you
a
don't
good
think
guy.
that he is.
At least you know what you're getting with Leo. It's like,
Mhm.
yeah, there's the drug dealer. But it's like, Dr.
All right.
Jacoby, oh, everybody trusts you. Even the secretary, I don't remember her name, Andy's girlfriend is on
Lucy
the phone with him.
is on the phone with the doctor.
Yeah, at the beginning of this episode.
So he's got a lot of
He
influence in
has-
town.
It seems that he has many clients. In fact, maybe all of them.
Okay.
Maybe everyone in town is his client, and this is all an illusion.
We
And he's
haven't
just
talked
running
about
his mind.
this guy.
Oh, yeah.
And so what
Well,
are your
there
thoughts
hasn't
on like they did a sketch and there hasn't been much on it. So no thoughts?
I don't.
Let me ask you this: if it turned out to be, because
If it was him.
with mysteries, we're used to. It's like, here are the different people. They all act innocent or claim to be innocent,
Right. Or
but
they're
there's
all evil.
There's
and
something
you don't know which
suspicious
one.
about them,
Mhm.
and it's going to be one of these people. Because if it was just this stranger from
Oh
out
my
of
God,
town,
That'd be so lame.
it'd be kind of lame.
Yeah, I think it's still a possibility. She died in the woods and was thrown onto the beach. So, in all reality, she could have been picked up and tortured and thrown on a
By
beach.
someone we have not met.
Yeah, by someone we've not met. And that's completely possible.
Is there anyone that you can think of that Dale Cooper should definitely have talked to more?
The doctor, literally every man that was involved in Laura's life, because that's who you need to talk to. Literally, he's doing
He has
everything
talked.
wrong.
So he talked to Leo and he
Mhm.
talked to Bobby and
How
he talked
much
to
did
James.
he talk to them?
Not very much. So he should have
He
talked
asked
to them
them
a lot
like
more.
2 questions, and he's like, "Okay, bye, back to your life of
He's
crime."
got rocks to throw.
He's
Rocks
got a
to
lot
throw.
of
He's got
rocks
some
to throw.
pie to eat, some coffee
He's
to drink.
also hit Andy.
He what?
He hit Andy with a rock.
Oh, he hit Andy with the rock. Yes.
That's got to mean something. If we're going with the
All right.
rock theory.
So, because we just did like 2 discussions back to back, are you
Mhm.
still on track with? You still have your
I
list
think
of
it's-
suspects,
yeah,
which was to quickly recap before we go.
Yeah.
And you can correct me if I'm wrong. You said number 1 is Nadine, the number 1 suspect.
Yes. Yeah.
Number 2 is Bobby Briggs.
Yes. Number 3, Andy.
And number 3 is Andy.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So that
Noises.
so ever
and
since that dream happened,
Ever
right?
since the dream.
Once we went into the dream world, you've been on a
Nadine.
Nadine kick.
Also, other thing about the dream sequence that I've been thinking about is
Mhm.
the statue in the background is a female.
Oh
And
yeah.
to me, that feels like, okay, we're not looking for a male killer, even though
Nadine
she
has a lot of
sexual-
little statue tchotchkes.
Yeah, she has a lot. She has a statue of herself, which was my favorite thing.
Oh yeah, the statue with the eye patch. And you know what we didn't talk about? Speaking of statues, that I
Oh my god, I have like several notes about the duck with the plate. I hate that thing. Every time
in
it's
the
on scene,
diner,
I
she freaked out.
every time we see that dog, he gives me nightmares. Like we can talk. I like watch all the mystery dramas. It's like, oh yeah, her legs were cut off, her tail. Like it's like that voice
I don't
and
know.
that duck.
I'm trying to look for.
I
an
hate
image.
that duck. And you know what's weird is that every time there's a conversation, they're sitting next to that duck.
Yeah.
I hate that duck. I don't like the duck. That'd be
All
wild.
right. Well, that's
I hate
enough
that
out of us. We have enjoyed our stay in Twin Peaks, and Mackenzie will be visiting Twin Peaks again very soon.
Yes. One more note though.
Yes.
Fake Laura's twin
Maddie,
at the end in the video they send Dr. Jacoby.
The
She's holding
videotape,
a
yeah.
newspaper.
Yeah.
Just for like today's date, I guess.
Uh-huh. That's what you do back in the old days.
Back in the old days, you
to
hold
prove
up the
it's like,
newspaper.
look, I got a newspaper.
I would
on
like
the
to
way.
see a closer copy of their news because I just
Oh.
want to know what's going on in their
That's
town
interesting.
that they're reporting.
Oh yeah.
Because it seems like the whole crime underbelly of the town, which is everyone apparently, is just going unseen. So I'd like to know what they like talk about. I want to find like an enhanced
Oh.
picture of that newspaper.
And you're probably. It sounds like you're guessing that it will have nothing to do with.
Yeah,
the
I think it'll
crimes
be
that
like-
happened.
Today, Tom found a duck in the river, and it's like really lame, like
Soft
like
news.
soft pieces.
Yeah.
And Barbara made an award-winning pie. Something like that. But I'd like to read it.
Okay. Well, we'll see if we can find
Try
that.
and
That would
find
be great
something.
keepsake to have
Right?
that prop newspaper.
Or just like a copy of it. It'd be cool. Anyways.
All right. Let's have one more view of the donuts while we
Yes.
say goodbye to everybody.
So sad. Also, bird has hair? ? Looks like hair, not like feathers.
Yeah.
Looks like bird has hair?
Bird has hair.
Question.
All right. Good question for
All
next
right.
time. Bird has hair. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.